Well, hello everyone. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for stopping by. I am Sheryl and I'm here with Lisa Horton Crafts, and I have some beautiful Lisa Horton products to share with you today. I'm going to wait a second if you can hear me, if someone could make a note of that. I know I've got a delay on some of the channels, but it looks like I'm live. If you can hear me okay, just give me a thumbs up and I will go ahead and get going. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Monday. It's here in Ohio, it's kind of gray and it's not too cold, but it is gray. And so no sunshine for me today, but that's okay. I'm here in my craft room, so that's always fun. Everybody here? Thank you, Teresa. I'm glad you can hear me okay. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started then. So as you can see, I've got the Leafy Flourish embossing folder and stencils for today's project. I've also got, I'm so happy because the re-inkers are now available. And so now that I have my re-inkers, I feel that I can just use my metallic inks to my heart's content. So I know they're out. I got mine from Simon Says Stamp, but I know other places have them now too. And so I'm going to be using the Copper Pot metallic ink and the Silver Shine metallic ink for the card. And then I'm going to be doing a little bit of heat foiling with, and I forgot to bring it over here so you can see it, the Festive Circle Sentiments Better Press Plate and Die Set. So that's what I'm going to use for today's project. I think that's everything. Um, but we'll find out as we get moving along here. So the first thing, I'll show you the sample project that I made. And I just took my Copper Pot ink on that embossing folder, and then we have our holiday sentiment. I like this embossing folder and stencil set because it's so versatile. And as you see, I'm using it for a holiday card, but it could be used for just about anything. And it's a beautiful background, even if you wanted to add some other things to it. But I think it stands alone just fine. So, oh, hi, Sarah. You're from South Coast, South Coast, UK. Nice to meet you. Okay, so let me see here. Where do I want to start? I think I will start with the inking of this panel. This is an A2 size card, so it is going to be, let me pull this back in so you can, I don't know, I got my camera's kind of wonky today. I couldn't get it in the right spot, so I apologize. I'll try to make sure I pay attention and stay in frame. But anyway, so I've got this is 4 by 5 1/4, this panel here, and it's an A2 size card. So I'm going to start with my Copper Pot ink, and I'm going to try, I can't remember if how inky my ink pad is, and I didn't re-ink it, so oh yeah, it's inky enough, I think. And I'm just rubbing this across, and then I'll probably just take my I may not even need to do that because I'm getting pretty good coverage just using the ink pad this way. And just rubbing that across. It looks like I got more ink on one part of the pad than the other, but I'll just keep going. And I feel like I'm flush with money. Since I have my re-inkers, I can just use my ink pad to my heart's content. Gotta be careful there. Oops, I just scratched it. Let's try not to do that with my fingernail. But just rubbing that across. And then we're gonna have quite a mess here. Let me clean this up. And I love that they clean up so nicely. Now, if you wanted, you could wet this and use it for another project. But I'm not gonna do that today. I'll just And for all the hearts that are breaking for that ink that's being wasted, I'm sorry. Okay, so the next thing I'll do then is take my embossing folder, and I'm just going to stick this in there and line it up. I want to get, since this is smaller than the folder, I just want to make sure that I have the tops and the side, at least one side, fully in the folder. So I'm going to use that and run this through my emboss machine here. So I'll be out of frame for just a second or two. Change my plates out. Okay. Well, I took, but you can't see what I'm doing, but I took my bottom plate out, and when I went to put it in, of course, it doesn't fit because there's way too much space there. So I got my bottom plate where it needs to be, and we'll go ahead and run that through. And before I do anything else, I've got ink all on my fingers. I want to get that off because I don't want ink where it doesn't belong. Okay. So then we'll pull this out. Look at how pretty. In that ink is just gorgeous. So pretty. You can't, the camera just doesn't do it justice, I'll tell you. But if you have these inks, you already know. And if you don't have them, you need to get them. I'm telling you, they are wonderful. Okay, so we're done with that part. And I'll move this out of the way. And then I'll let that dry, and I'll go ahead and bring in my hot foil machine while that's drying. No, I don't want to do that yet. What I want to do is go ahead and do my silver onto the, I just want to do the berries and this little thing right here. I'm not quite sure. I guess that's part of the berries, but I'm going to do just those hints of silver in with the card. And I like the, I like, because you can use any combinations of these metallics. You don't have to use the metallics, all metallics, but I just think for the holidays it's a little extra festive, and I like that a lot. So what I'm going to do now is bring out these stencils. There's oops, I'm missing one here. There's 5 stencils. And I won't need all of them, but there are 5. So the first stencil, I'll just go through and look, and typically, you know what? Let me bring my tacky mat in. I wasn't going to, but I think just to make sure that's not moving around more than I want it to, I'll just put this on my tacky mat. And then, so there's 5 stencils, and I'm just looking at each of the stencils to see which one has berries on it. And this one has a couple of things that I want to, let me see, do I want to do it this way? I guess I could line it up, but no, I don't need to do that actually. So I just need to find where this is on the stencil. And I'm only worried about this thing right here. And this little piece right here. And then these 2 little dots. So I'm going to take my Silver Shine and a small stencil brush, and I'll just stencil that. And I like that these inks blend well with each other, which makes it really nice. And it's real easy. Just Just want to make sure I've got good coverage, but trying to be sure that I don't go over anywhere. Okay, that's stencil number 1. And stencil number 2 has even more of our berries. So we'll get that lined up. And everywhere we see berries, let's see, I think I got that pretty good. Yeah. And so everywhere we see berries, we will, and this thing, it's more like a leaf, but because of where it is, I want that too. And then I'll just use that silver. Uh-oh, I think I got part of the leaf with that one, but that's okay. Oh, and we want these right here. I think, and this cluster over here. I'm just going pretty heavy with my silver ink over top of my copper pot because I really want that to stand out. And I think my stencil is off just a wee bit here. Let me see. Let me see. That's one of the disadvantages of not using, there we go, not using my Ultimate the way I ought to. But I think we can recover. Okay, so that's it for stencil number 2. Oh, nope, I didn't tell the truth. There is a little part right here in the corner. There are 3 little berries that are sitting on a leaf, and I'm gonna tape off because I only want the berries. I don't want the leaf. Okay. So there, that takes care of that stencil, I believe. Okay. And then, let's see, this is stencil number 3. There's nothing on there that we need. And stencil number 4, I think, has all the rest of what we need. So I'm going to get this lined up here. Okay. Yep, I think that's pretty good. And we'll go ahead and start putting our silver shine down over our copper pot. And did I go? Yep, I went all the way down on that leaf. Got on the branch. And this little guy here, seems like I'm missing some. We'll see when we're done. Okay, because I might have another stencil to do, or I may have missed something on a stencil. Who can know? Okay, and then, just move that. Get back where you belong. Okay. Nope, that's not right. There. Well, I'm having troubles here. Okay, let's try it with this side then. There's a little one over here in the corner that I'm trying to get. And then these right here that I don't want to go too far. You know what? Let me lift this up because I need to look at it. Okay, so these are the berries that I need. I got that one, This one. I must have missed that one. I bet that one's on the first one. So let me go ahead and fix these the way they ought to be. Why am I having such a time? Here we go. It's a lot easier than I'm making it, I'm telling you. And if you use your pegs, the peg system like you're supposed to, that makes a difference as well. Sometimes you don't do yourself a favor by taking a shortcut. Okay, let me. That's right. Okay, so I just need to grab these here. That just doesn't look straight to me for whatever reason. Is it just my eyeballs today or what? Very well could be operator error here. Okay. I'll try to quit futzing with those. It's not going to be 100% in this little guy right here. I was trying to use that as my anchor point, but it wasn't working out very well. Okay, now I think I got it. I'm using a teeny stencil brush is what this, okay. So I think I have all of my silver shine on the berries. So we'll move this out of the way. And yeah, I agree, Karen. I like that little teeny brush. It's really, really nice. Okay, so let me move these out of the way, and then I'll go ahead and bring in my my glimmer system. And what we're going to do here, I found this blush foil. Where I put it? This blush color foil from Spellbinders. And I like Lisa's product, those press plates, because you can ink these and use the better press, but you can also hot foil with them. So I'm going to be doing the hot foil, and this blush foil really comes close to the copper pot. So we're going to give that a try. So I'm just going to put this plate onto my my hot foil system. The surface is heating up. When it gets ready, this is going to light up, and then we will be ready to rock and roll with that. When you're doing that, your image is going to be facing upward. Well, it doesn't need to be but for what we're doing, it's going to be facing upward this time. And as soon as that plate is good and hot, we'll be ready. We're going to hot foil, and then we're going to use this piece to die cut. It's all one piece, which makes it really nice. You can get 6 sentiments at one time, which is really nice. And then the other thing I'm going to do while that platform is heating up, I've gone ahead, I inked up this a piece of white cardstock with the silver shine, and I die cut it using this die, which is one of the 3 shadow dies that you can use for these sentiments. There's these 3 here. So I've done that already, and my platform should be hot here any second because it didn't, I had it warming up. There we go. Okay, so now I've got a piece of the blush foil that I cut, and I'm just going to lay that over top of my plate and press the timer. And as soon as that timer is done, it'll be ready to foil. And this, you always want to put your foil, the color side facing your press plate. And so we'll just wait for that timer to get done. I was looking back at some of the comments that, yeah, I love these metallic inks because they just have such a beautiful shine. And there's nothing like it on the market. I'm telling you, nothing like it. And I am just in love. And I was so happy when she made the decision to add re-inkers. So, like I said earlier, I'm in heaven. I'm happy that I have my re-inkers and they're all ready to go. Okay, so that timer is done. So I'm just going to lay my cardstock down. I'll pull this out, and then there are 2 plates that go with this. There's a heat resistant one that goes towards the glimmer, and then the other plate goes on top. And then I'll just run it through my embossing machine like I would a regular die cut or the better press, either one. Take that out and do our reveal here. It looks like it's going to be pretty. And there we have it. Those are our sentiments. And there, again, that's the blush color. Let me move this back out of the way. And so the next thing we'll do is take that die that I showed you. So just I find where I put it. And we'll run that through the die cutting machine. Here it is. Okay. And it cuts out all 6 at one time, which is wonderful. So all you have to do is line that up. And I'm going to use a little bit of tape on this because I don't want it to move at all when it goes through my die cut machine. So we just use a little bit of tape there, and we'll go back through. Put this on our die cut machine, and we'll be ready to go. So they all popped out. And we got 6 of them here. They say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Joy and Blessings, Festive Cheer. And I'm missing one. Oh, no, that's 6. I can't count. Okay, so there we go. And then the next thing I'll do is bring our ink panel back in, and let's see, how about we say Merry Christmas with this one. And so we're just going to take some glue and put some glue on the back of that, put the two of them together. Oh yes, Sarah, that would be getting this machine will be a nice, really nice Christmas gift. And so just put a little glue here. And pop that on. Pick that up, make sure I have it straight. I like having the two different colors. And so I'm going to move these out. And then I'm going to, on the sample, I did the sentiment was all silver. I don't know, let me move that so you can see over here so you can see it a little bit better. It's all silver, but I'm going to do, since I have silver and copper, I'm going to do silver and copper thread for the back. This is just DMC thread, and I'll just take strands of each one and I'll wrap it around my fingers. If you have big fingers like I do, you can probably get away with just using 3 fingers, but if you have smaller fingers, use all 4. Wrap it around all 4. My fingers are a little bigger, so. And I'll just grab a few, do a few turns and snip it off. And then I'll flip this over and I'll put some tape on the back. And I'll just kind of look at it to see what I want is, I want to see both of the colors and the thread on the outside of my sentiment little panel that I put together here. So I'll just wiggle it around till it looks, I don't want it to look, I want it to look kind of unplanned, just organically placed. And that looks good enough. And so I like to, you don't have to, but I like to snip off the little straight ends that hang out that are straight so that only the circles are showing. I'm going to put that down for a second so that we can go ahead. I inked, this is a 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 panel, and then I inked around the edges with the silver shine ink ahead of time. Look, I got, that's where all the ink was on my fingers from back there. But so we'll just go ahead and put this onto our card, onto that panel that I inked out. So it, you know, you don't have to use a whole sheet of foil if you have foil, silver foil that you were using. And I like this because you know it's going to match the silver that's in your project itself. So there we go. And then we'll add this to our card base. And make sure it's opening the right way. And I like to eyeball it before I put it down. Okay. And then we'll just add our tape or glue to the back, whichever you have, whichever you prefer. And put that down. And then I take my ball folder and just make sure everything is adhered there on the back. Okay. Oops. All right, and then we can go ahead and add our sentiment. I want to make sure that, so it's there, you can see it better. It's there's so much shine going on, it's hard to make sure it's in the camera, but well, I can have that go in a little bit more, I guess. Oh, I like it like that. We just stick it on there. So we've got our two different colors of oil. And then the last thing I'll do is add a little extra bling. Now you could be done at this point, but why stop when you can add more bling? And so I've got some silver mix, and I will just add several of those to fill in some of the spots going around. And you can use different sizes. I just used all one size, I think, for this one, but I might end up having to use multiple sizes only because, let's see, let's put here. I don't think I have enough of all one size on this panel. I'm gonna move this one over here. I'll put a little one because I only got a few more. I might have had enough, but let's see, and I'll put one here, I think, and maybe we'll do another little baby up here. There we go. So that is today's project. As you can see, there's lots of glimmer on these, but it's very pretty. Try and get them so you can at least see them so that there's not all the glare from the light. But that's today's project. I thank you so much for stopping, and I hope you enjoyed the project. If you make it, be sure to like it and share it in Lisa's Facebook group. And don't forget to look for that calendar. I think Claire is going to be live tomorrow. There's lots of stuff going on this week. Don't forget, we really got fun stuff on Friday, Black Friday. So hope to see you all there. Thank you so much again. Have a wonderful week and a happy Thanksgiving. Bye for now.